Welcome to Perspective with Kaylee Phillips, the safe space to get deep, break through, and find alignment. Here we prioritize wholehearted self-love, passion-driven careers, and living your absolute best life. You're here for a reason, so jump into the good energy, put your rose-colored glasses on, and tune in for massive impact and growth. I'm your host, KP, ready to release perfect and welcome perspective. Hello, everyone on TikTok Live and everyone on the podcast. We are here for March Manifest. I'm so excited. So I'm setting the intention to go live every month over here on TikTok, maybe on Instagram too. And we're recording every live for the podcast that you guys can listen later on because we are all in different time zones and some people want to listen afterwards, or if you're binging the podcast, which a lot of you have been telling me you've been binging the podcast, and I am so freaking honored. That is so cool. So we're over here on TikTok Live for March Manifest. Today is March 1st, and the intention for today is to help you guys manifest whatever it is that you want this month. And I want to work with you on breaking the belief system that things take a long time to manifest into your life. Overnight success is possible. Overnight results are possible. It doesn't have to be a long-term thing every time you set a new goal. So when you're manifesting, you can fully believe it can happen for you right now. It can happen for you tonight. It can happen for you tomorrow morning. It can happen for you within this week. It doesn't always have to take forever. And I think that's one of the biggest blocks is we're manifesting things like a new apartment or a new job or these big goals. And we tell ourselves, oh, but that's going to take forever. So my goal for today is as people are commenting what you're manifesting for yourself, what goals you have for yourself the month of March, I am going to help you make it happen now, make it happen faster, break your limiting belief systems that it has to happen over a long period of time. Instead, it can literally happen for you overnight. It can happen for you right now. So, as people are telling me what they're manifesting, I am going to give you custom affirmations and a custom message to help make it happen this month. That's my goal for you to walk away from here feeling more confident that yes, if I have a goal, it can be manifested by March 31st. It is fully possible for me to manifest these things immediately. Hi, everyone that's joining on TikTok. Love you all. So happy that you're here. If you're just popping in, we're recording this for the podcast. You can comment anything that you're manifesting this month, and I will help you by giving you a custom affirmation and a custom message to help make it happen. Now, the first one I really want to talk about is the money, because I think most of us are manifesting money in some form. And maybe you're not, but I think the most common thing is money. And whether that's manifesting the money to get a new apartment, manifesting a new client, manifesting the money for a new house, manifesting a new job, it's connected to some form of money. So we're going to talk about that one first because a lot of you submitted on Instagram that you're manifesting money. So how can we manifest money quickly? How can we get money quickly into our hands? The number one thing I need you to do to manifest money quickly this month, make March your money month, March money. You can totally do that. It can totally happen overnight. The way to do it is to detach from it. We need to detach ourselves from the money itself because money isn't really what you want. And I know it seems like money is what you want, but it's not, I promise, because it's the feeling that the money gives you, or it's the thing that the money can give you. Like when we're manifesting our dream job, it's not just because we want to work. Like we're not just obsessed with working. And it's not just because we want that paycheck so we can just put the paycheck aside and not do anything with it. We want the money because we want to feel peace of mind. We want to feel safety. We want to feel comfort. We want to go travel and feel excited, or we want to buy people presents and feel that fulfillment. We want to show our loved ones that we care. We want to have a safe environment in our dream home. So when we want money, we don't really want money. We want the thing that the money can give us. So we need to detach ourselves from the green paper or from the number in our bank account, completely detach. The law of detachment says the more detached, like cut that tie between you and money, cut that grip between you and money, literally snip it, separate from it, and fully let yourself exist over here, knowing that you're not attached to money, you're your own person. When you allow yourself to detach, when you allow yourself to cut that string, you are giving yourself so much freedom to take aligned action and freedom to see things for what they truly are and see the opportunities that are presenting themselves to you. So the law of detachment says when we detach from the actual tangible thing and we just allow ourselves to exist over here and we attach instead to the energy, to the feeling. So like I said before, when you want money, it's because you want to feel peace. So when we attach ourselves to the peace instead of to the money itself, we allow the money to flow. It's like we're lifting this barrier. When you're so attached to something, you create all this tension around it, and then you make it so much harder for it to exist in your life because no one likes tension, right? Like in your relationships, in your dreams in your home. Like, no one likes that tense feeling. We want it to feel easy. We want it to feel peaceful. So when I say detach from the money, you want to release the tension and instead attach yourself to the energy. So if you're manifesting money, a lot of you said you're manifesting money in some form. So if you're manifesting money, my affirmation for you is I'm a money magnet. First of all, I am a money magnet. And I am detached from the work. I am detached from the money. I am embodying insert feeling. What is the feeling it is that you want to feel in your life? What's the change you want to feel because you think it'll bring the money will bring that change, and insert that into your affirmation. So I am insert. Whatever that is that you feel the money is going to bring you, insert that right there. So as you're manifesting money, we need to just remove ourselves from the results entirely. Because the second you start getting so grippy into it, like, oh, I'm doing all this work, I'm doing all this stuff, I'm working so hard, I'm constantly applying, I'm constantly doing this, it's all I focus on, it's all I think about. Why isn't it working out? It's because you're so attached to it and you're so expectant. But imagine a world where you just let it be easy. When you just affirm, it gets to be easy because you attaching yourself to it like that, you know what you're saying? You're saying, this is difficult. You're affirming over and over again, this is going to be difficult. This is going to be hard as hell. You know what I'm saying? So, if we can embody the energy that this gets to be easy, I'm not thinking about it all the time. I'm not hyper fixate on it. I'm not hyper fixating on the money. I'm releasing the tension around it. I'm letting it be easy. I'm applying for jobs and then I'm closing my laptop and I'm going to go have a good day because that's all you can do, right? And that's really the law of attachment too, law of detachment. Sorry, not attachment. The law of detachment. It's telling us do the bare minimum. Do what you have to do. This is also the law of least effort. These kind of cross over here. The law of least effort, which these are all laws of the universe. These are laws, like some of them are backed by science, but these are all how the laws of manifestation. Remember, we've talked about this too. We talked about this in the last live event. Manifestation, it happens whether you want it to or not. It's just how things are. The word manifest, it's not um like a crazy word. It exists whether you're spiritual or not. Things manifest. It means they come to existence and you create your reality around you by your perception, by your thoughts, by the way you show up into the world, the way you show up in your relationships. You can show up each day and say, life is terrible. Life is falling apart. Everything sucks. This world is ridiculous. Nothing's fair. And that's the perspective you can lead with. Or you can show up every day and say, this life is pretty good. I am going to make the most of it. I'm going to see opportunities. I'm going to do my best with it. I'm going to make the most of this life. You know, you have that choice there, and it's up to you to make it a good life. It's up to you to put on that perspective and put on those rose-colored glasses, which is what I talk about in the intro of every single podcast episode. I say, put your rose-colored glasses on and let's get into it. Because if you're going to walk around life with gray shaded glasses on and see everything as not good enough, see everything as terrible, see the world as an evil place, then that's the life that you're creating. But the person right next to you, walking through the same exact path, a sibling, a friend, someone who sees all the same things as you, wearing rose colored glasses, can see a completely different perspective. It's like I had a family member um, their car was in a parking garage and someone hit their car when they were parked there. So they weren't in the car, but someone hit their car and drove off, right? So she wasn't in the car. She wasn't in the parking garage. She was out wherever she was, like out on the town. She left her car in the parking garage and then she came back to pick up her car and someone had hit it. Someone had hit her car. And she's like, oh my God, there's a huge dent in the back of my car. So she went over to like the front little cubicle of the parking garage and was like, hey, someone hit my car. And they were like, oh, yeah, we know. We got the footage. Like, we recorded it. Let us show you. Let's get their information. But it took a while. So they were standing there for a long time when they would have just been able to get in the car and leave right away. So they're standing there for a while. And she's with a few people. And now she is like, whatever. This is meant to happen. I'm chill. But the person she was with was like, oh my God, why did this happen? This is the worst. This is taking forever. This is ruining our night. You know, these two people in the same exact situation. The one feeling chill, not worried, the other freaking out. So already these two different perspectives are showcasing the lens that they're living with, right? Same exact situation, completely different experiences. Now, when they're waiting, They're watching the footage, they're trying to get the information, it's taking forever. The guy's trying to pull up the video. As they're waiting, a drunk driver was racing around in the parking garage, doing whatever you call it, donuts around the parking garage, and swung by and raced down going the opposite direction. So in parking garages, I don't know if you guys are, if you're not in New Jersey, I don't know if you're like familiar with how chaotic they can be, but there's a go and a go like opposite directions. Like you go this way, you go this way. It's always a one way and it's very clear which way you're supposed to go. He was going the wrong way, speeding, drunk driving, swerving all over the parking garage, and tried to go out the entrance. It was chaotic. He was literally causing a scene and being very, very dangerous. If this person would have gotten straight into her car and not had gotten hit by, not someone didn't hit her car and she didn't have to go to the front desk, she didn't have to stand there all this time, she would have been in her car driving out with all these other people she was with also in their cars. They would have been driving out while this drunk driver was racing around the parking garage, and they probably would have gotten hit and they probably would have been severely injured. So my point in this, something minor inconvenience happened. Someone hit the back of her car. They saw the video. It's fully covered by the other person's insurance. It's fine. It's going to be fine. She doesn't have to pay anything. She's going to get a rental car. They're going to pay for it. It was completely their fault. That's great. If she would have not gotten hit, if she would have been straight into her car and straight driving out, she would have got hit by that drunk driver with the way the timing worked out. So she's standing there saying, this was a gift. This was a gift from the universe. This was a gift, getting me to not get in my car when I would have, getting me to stand over here safely away from the drunk driver in this little vestibule, in this little cubicle thing. I am safe, and this was a gift. Yeah, it's a little inconvenient that my car was hit, but you know what? I'd rather the back of my car be hit when I wasn't in it, when I wasn't even in the parking garage, than my whole car be hit while I'm moving, while I'm in it by a drunk driver and be in a way different situation. But now the other people she was with didn't see it like that. They're like, this is all ridiculous. No, that's not a thing. Why did any of it have to happen at all? Why couldn't we just go home? There's no drunk driver, there's none of it. But we have to remember that we're all connected. So, the law of balance and oh, what's the other one? I think it's called the law of connection, but I think it might be something different. I can't quite remember what the name of that one is. I don't talk about it very often, but this other law and whatever it is, and the law of balance remind us that we're all connected. We're all in the same story. We are all interconnected with one another. So, this drunk driver had a lesson to learn. They had an experience to have. The friends had an experience to have. The person that hit the car had an experience. The insurance, the guy in the vestibule, the person who was hit, everyone in this experience is interconnected. So you can imagine, if you're on the live, you can see my hand gestures here, but if you're on the podcast, you have to just imagine. The palm of my hand is the universe, and then all of my fingers are us coexisting. Now we only see the knuckles up. That's all we see in this existence. So we don't really see that we're all interconnected, but we are at the base here. So we are all connected right here, but we don't really see that, but we are. So this existence, this coexisting, this experience of the car hitting in the parking garage and all the things, it happened for a reason, and we don't get to know what that reason is, and that's fine. And we just have to accept and understand and fully believe that everything happens for a reason. Once you're in that mindset that everything happens for a reason and nothing ever happens to you, everything happens for you. Once you can make that mindset switch, and instead of saying, oh, why did this happen to me? You say, why did this happen for me? You are in a completely different frame of mind. It's a completely different life experience. Seriously, it's totally different. That one word switch, it's huge. It's a completely different experience because now you're opening the door for opportunity. You're welcoming in healthy perspective. And you know what? You might be listening to me right now on the live. There's a lot of you here, and I don't know what you're thinking because I can't see your beautiful faces, but you might be thinking, what's the point of having this positive mindset? Like, why can't I just, like, can you just let me be pissed? Can you just let me, like, go through life with a little bit of anger because the world is corrupt, it is evil, there's terrible things going on in the world? Sure. That's that's your prerogative. But at the end of the day, we don't know what happens at the end here. We have no idea what the point of life is, right? We literally have no idea. I don't know anything. But the point of all of it, the point of religion, the point of faith, the point of belief in the universe, the point of our relationships, the point of finding love, the point of setting goals, The point of anything is to feel something, is to have some type of unique experience, to have some feeling, some stimulation in your mind and body and heart, and your soul, and your spirit and your energy to stimulate and to experience something so that we can grow. So now this is from my perspective. The point of all of this is to grow, is to learn our lessons and to be the best version of ourselves that we can be, because why not? Like, sure, you can argue, that's your prerogative if you want to argue, like, why can't I just go through life and be a little bit pissed? You can, but why? Why would you choose to be aggravated and be miserable and see everything as a negative and complain through life and say same shit different day, when instead you can be happy and you can say, you know what, I'm going to make the most of it because I can, because I have this gift that I'm existing here, that I'm here right now. I have a gift. This is such a gift. What can I do with this gift? You know what I'm saying? What can I do with this gift? I could take this gift of life and see it as a terrible thing, see it not as a gift, and just go through the motions, or I can see it as a beautiful, incredible thing and make the most of it and become the best version of myself, because why not? Because why not? Right? Because why freaking not? We have someone manifesting a new client. So, if we're talking specifically about manifesting a new client and not manifesting the money itself, so that's a beautiful place to be. We're manifesting a new client. When you're manifesting a new client, we have to go back to the root again. What are we manifesting really? Why do we want the new client? So, pay attention to if you're a specific or non-specific manifester. That's the first thing. So if you can pull up your human design chart, you can easily look it up. It's very simple. It takes like 2 seconds. You have to just put in your birth information. Look at if you are a specific or a non-specific manifester. The way to know if you are specific or non-specific, if you look at your chart, there's going to be 4 arrows around your head, 2 on each side of your head. The one on the bottom right. Okay, so you're looking at your chart right now. You've pulled up your human design chart and you're looking at the arrow on the bottom right. So it's right over here. Or if you're looking at it, it's on the bottom right. Okay, bottom right. If it's pointing to the left, so if it's pointing towards your head, you are a specific manifester. If it's pointing to the right, so it's pointing away from your head, you are a non-specific manifester. Now, what does this mean? If you're specific, you like getting tangible, you like getting clear, you like details, saying things like when and how and who feels good to you. It feels fun to say, on this calendar date, by March 31st, I have signed 3 dream clients who are all creative photographers and who have this energy and signed on to this specific package, and they signed through the DMs, and here's where I was when it happened, and here's what I did with the money first thing. You like to get really detailed. I'm a specific manifester. We're kind of rare, I think. I mean, I don't actually know. This would be fun to look up the statistics of what percent of people are specific versus non-specific, but most of the people I work with are non-specific. Now, when you're non-specific, you align with the energy, the feeling, the bigger picture, and getting specific kind of stresses you out. It can give you a little bit of anxiety or a little bit of like high pressure, and it can kind of cause resistance to your manifestation. So it's important to know which one you are. So if you're non-specific and you do want a new client, you want to take a step back, or yeah, I guess take a step back and see the bigger picture and ask yourself, okay, why? Why do I want the new client? Because of money. Why do I want the money? Because I want to pay off all my debt and I want to feel safe. Why do I want to feel safe? To have peace of mind and protect my family. So that's where we've gotten to a place of general, more vague, more big picture. So that's what I want you to do when you're manifesting that new client. Keep taking those steps back to see the bigger picture, step by step, bigger picture. And when you're there, um, you see this bigger picture here. That is your affirmation. And now in your mind, you can connect that back to the client, but we're still doing what I mentioned in the beginning of this event, right? When we're connecting to the feeling, we're connecting to the energy, we're connecting to what we're attracting instead of connecting to the specific thing. So we're detaching. So as you're manifesting that new client, detach from the specifics, especially if you're a non-specific. Even if you are specific though, Mindset wise, I would love to empower you to separate specific names. I think sometimes we get a dream client that inquires or sends us a message and we're like, okay, she's going to sign on. She's going to sign on. I'm putting my hopes on that. My fingers are crossed on that. That discovery call that was booked, my fingers are crossed. We get kind of like really attached and then we're kind of putting our eggs all in one basket. And then that can create a whole mindset block on its own because now you're trying to recover from all of that, um, all of that like pressure, because like you put all your eggs right there and then after you're like, oh, it didn't work out. So then it's like, okay, now we have to recover. So you want to attract the dream clients in your marketing strategy, trust in your marketing strategy if there's gaps in it. So this is where the alignment pieces really come in. And this is the part of manifestation where your action is equally important. So I think sometimes we have habits of either getting too far into the trusting the process and letting go and you just kind of put your hands up and say nothing, or we get too far into the action strategy, do the thing, and not enough of the trust and releasing. So we have to kind of find our balance. So check in with yourself and ask yourself, which side of the spectrum am I on? Am I on the side of trusting and letting go and not really doing enough of the action, not really putting myself out there, taking any risks, making myself a little bit uncomfortable, pushing myself outside of my comfort zone, and I'm kind of just like saying, okay, it'll happen for me when it happens, and I'm just gonna like let it come to me and not do anything? Or are you on the other side of like doing all the things, pushing myself way too far, working too hard, and saying, the more I work, the more will come to me? Because both ends of that spectrum are kind of danger zone. We don't want to be either end of them. We want to be in that happy medium of doing the work, law of least effort, right? Doing the work that we need to do, and then releasing the pressure, and then the law of detachment, trusting the process, trusting ourselves, law of abundance. There's more than enough out there. We talked about that in the last event too, the 222 event. If you want to go tune into that, it's on the podcast, 222 event. It's a two-parter. We did it over 2 days. It was really great. If you're here on TikTok and you want to go tune into that, it's over on the podcast. So yeah, as you're manifesting that dream client, overall, detach from the client itself, right? Detach from the specific opportunity itself, especially if you're non-specific. Don't put all your eggs in one basket. Keep your mind open, keep your doors open. Don't become closed-minded and obsessive and hyper fixating, right? Detach from it. Create those affirmations based on the feeling you want to have after you have that client. Get to the true root, the true reason we want that client, not just the client themselves, so that we can keep welcoming more opportunities like that. We can keep our mind open, we can keep our doors open to it. Trust your strategy and trust yourself on that balance beam of doing the thing, taking action, and trusting yourself and releasing and not overworking yourself, finding that balance, finding that beautiful, beautiful balance. Okay, we're manifesting a soulmate. Woo, that's a big one. So, my biggest piece of advice here when you're manifesting love is finding the love in yourself, finding alignment internally. When you love yourself wholeheartedly, when you are in tune with yourself, when you care for yourself, you create open portals for others to love you that way. And not just your significant other, but your family too, and your friends and everyone around you. So if you're manifesting your soulmate this month, I want to empower you to love yourself unconditionally. Take yourself out on dates, take yourself on solo dates, take yourself out to eat. Learn to love being with yourself, learn that independence, learn how to be so in tune with who you are. Yes, exactly. Love this on TikTok Live. Learn how to love yourself, prioritize you, and practice the affirmation, I do not chase, I attract. I do not chase, I attract. You need to have that fueled self worth, that deep self worth and self love and self empowerment, self fulfillment, so that someone else can come into your world and multiply that. We don't want to be putting out the energy that we are missing a half of us and we're looking for someone to fill that void. Because how beautiful is a relationship when you have two wholes that come together and complete each other? Then you just have such an abundance and such a beautiful completion of each other. And when one person's having a low day, the other person can fill that cup for them and you can balance each other out. And that is a beautiful relationship. But when you have someone who's desperately trying to um, fill a void, right? And you're saying, I'm not enough without someone else, and you're putting out that energy, you're not manifesting the best relationship for yourself. Because when we're manifesting a soulmate, that's long term. That's a big deal. That's not just manifesting a fling, that's manifesting true love. So if you're going to be in a situation of true love, then you need to put yourself in a position that you're ready to receive that. And I think the other piece of it is just being open to receive in general. You know, being open to receive is hard. That's really challenging, to be open minded and open your heart to love and to experiences and to receiving gifts and receiving that love. So, work on opening your mind. Shadow work is really important for that, healing your past, just showing up as the best version of yourself. And I think it's really fun to, um, sorry, I think it's really fun to open your mind to that and maybe like write letters to your future partner and write to them what you hope they're experiencing, write to them what you love about your relationship. You know, like it's kind of like a form of manifesting, but instead of writing to your future self like diary style, you're writing to your future partner. And later on, you can look back at that, and it's a really great way of manifesting. So, highly recommend that for manifesting your true love and manifesting your soulmate. We have just a few minutes. Let's see what else I want to answer here. We did clients, we did money. Let's do dream home. I like that one. Yes, manifesting my dream home. So, environment is really important, really, really important. And it's so essential for you to manifest in terms of feeling, especially an environment. And you can immerse yourself in that right now without the dream home by finding places that you feel that. So, what aspects of your dream home? Let me know. What are some aspects of your dream home that are standing out to you and that you're manifesting? Comfortable, yes, comfortable space, open space. I love that. Big windows is for me. Yes, yes, big windows, natural sunlight. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. What else? Peace. Yeah, peace all around. No yelling in the home, no toxic energy, no avoidance in the home, peace, open conversation. Yes. What are the aspects of the people in the home too? That's so important. Yeah. Yeah. So all of these things can exist in your current life. Somewhere, somehow, they can exist. And this is where you need to get creative. You need to get creative. You need to dig deep. You need to ask yourself questions. You need to be internally inquisitive. You need to be introspective here. What are some places in your current reality that we can immerse you in those things? So, who is someone that you can hang out with, that you can go out to dinner with, you can go walk around a town with that matches that energy? Walk around the town you want to move to. If it's local, I mean, if you want to move to a new state, you can't really do this one, but you can try to replicate it in a similar area. But something I used to love doing before I moved to this town, which is the dream town that I was manifesting. I did not live here. I was manifesting living here. We would drive down here, park our car, and walk around as if we lived here. Walk around and just fully be in the state of mind that this is my home and see what that feels like. Embody that energy and be with someone who aligns with that energy with you. Going out to meals and just literally like take a day and pretend you're going home to your dream house. What are you thinking when you're out to eat and you bring home your leftovers? Imagine yourself bringing it home to your dream house and putting it in your dream fridge and then eating it at midnight in your dream living room, watching your show on your dream TV. You know, you have to literally imagine it, put yourself in that position as if you're acting in a movie. I think that one's really fun for environment. And it's really important to surround yourself with people that match the energy of the environment. Because remember this, no matter where you go, there you are. That is such a huge statement in manifesting a new home. Because I think sometimes we think, once I move, everything will change. Like once I'm in this different place, everything will change. And sometimes that's true when we get out of toxic environments or we put ourselves in a place where we're able to thrive more, like maybe by the ocean or something. But even still, no matter where you go, those mindset blocks, those limiting belief systems, the imposter syndrome, your trauma, your experiences, there they are. So remember to heal those things first. Remember, it's the same thing with manifesting your love. You want to heal yourself and prioritize yourself, and then let the tangible things fuel you and fill into your world like magnets instead of saying, I have this open void and I need this home to fill that void. I need a lover to fill that void. You are complete, you are whole, you are healing yourself, you prioritize yourself. And because of that, you have opened so many doors for more magic, for more love, for more joy. Thank you all so much for being here today. This was so fun. Thank you for all of your amazing comments. I'm going to post this on the podcast. It's going to be an incredible little replay for you guys. We talked money, we talked clients, we talked home, we talked love. This was a really great one. Thank you all for your comments and your engagement. You are all so amazing. I love you all. This was a really great event. Happy March. I am sending you the best energy for March. Have an incredible month. Remember to practice those affirmations. Prioritize yourself. You don't chase, you attract. You are a magnet for all good things. You are full of abundance and you deserve all of the things that you desire. If you've dreamt it, it's possible for you. If you've dreamt it, it's yours because who else could it possibly belong to? I love you all. Have an incredible rest of your day.